Our first feature. She had started a group called the Word of Mouth Poets, and now their work is all throughout the Arlington School District. They are making curriculums based off of it. Again, we're getting back to our youth. She's a dance teacher and choreographer, and she's on Twitter. You can follow her tweets at XOXOABC. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the microphone, Allison Van Cura. Our first feature of the evening.
I sat down today to write a poem about all the words that don't exist in the English dictionary because I wanted to truly curse you for all the things you coulda, shoulda, woulda said, but didn't. And there are no excuses because your words could have existed. So I started Googling, and I found out that there is no word in the English dictionary here for that feeling you get when doing something with soul, creativity, love. And I found that very funny, see, because my word for that was always you. But the Greek call that feeling maraki, and I swirl my tongue around my mouth trying to pronounce it the same way you used to guide your tongue between my porcelain teeth. But I kept searching, and I found out that there is no word in the English dictionary here for that euphoria you're feeling when you're first falling in love, and I found that very funny, see, because I've been speaking eloquently enough for years now, and my own personal word for that one was always you. But the Norwegians call it forelsket, so I can't help but wonder if love and perfume are pretty much the same thing, or if God would even save me now, or what it means, or if I should go to the doctor for becoming that kind of sick that you only get so you know what it's like to be better someday. How I destroyed and created poetry, or what it means that the best damn orgasm I've had to date was in your church parking lot. And it wasn't with you.
Okay.
And I kept searching. And I found out that there is no word in the English dictionary here for the mark left on a table by a cold glass. The Italians call that qualacino, and I wish I knew more about Italy now than spaghetti sauce in a cute boot-shaped country, because I would ask them, what is your word then for the mark left on a cold girl by a broken heart? And I find it very funny that I even have to be asking, because I already know my own native word for that one is you. But I kept going, and I found out that there is no word in the English language for that feeling you get when leaving a conversation, when you remember all the things you coulda, shoulda, woulda said, but didn't. And the French call that l'esprit d'escalier. And as I'm searching for these emotions without titles, I can't help but wonder what the fuck would the French call that feeling when she lay wrapped in you, when I'd wake up screaming to you gone, how I'd call myself a princess, but only in my sleep, or the way wine is bitter with the first sip. What do they call? What do any of them call making love that first time, being afraid of the dentist, or slitting your wrist in a bathtub? What do you call it? Where are all your fucking words now? I sat down today to write a poem. Not just about all the words that don't exist in the English language, but about all the words that don't exist because you never fucking bothered to say them to me. And for so long, I kept searching. And I found out that there is no word in the English dictionary here for a person who is willing to tolerate an abuse a first time, to forgive it a second, but never a third. And in the Congo, they call that Ilunga. But here, that's very funny, see, because here, my own native word for that one is me.
Wow.
I just wrote this. It's my newest stuff. I'm sorry I didn't memorize it yet.
New shit!
This is Miles to Go and the realest shit you ever wrote. When I was 18 years old, I thought the right to vote was choosing which of the 10 commandments I would obey this week. This poem is the separation of church and state of mind. He took me out back and said, let me show you how your ribcage has spaces just like the ones between your fingers. Let me finger paint the breath that never leaves you, always lingers. Let me put bullets in your skin like birthmarks. And when you're old enough to choose, you can have them removed if you still haven't learned what it feels like to live with yourself by then. Scars are just evolution, and people are just shores, so sure that they won't be washed away with the tide, that they hang on tight and allow themselves to be stolen from slowly instead. My erosion began at 11 years old. I was young and I learned that the child I'd sit with at night and stare at in the mirror was a reflection of a goddess, and she seemed so far away. It was hopeless that there was no sex appeal that could cling to the streets lacking curves. There was no way I'd ever fully comprehend the word deserve. I was 11 years old when my heart had to learn Braille to try and understand the story that my third eye was blindly telling us. I was 11 when I learned that the soul wasn't something you bought with the rest of the sneaker or found woven in the battle cry of a saxophone or divergenized 16-year-old, but when I was 18 years old, I learned that the hood was more than something attached to a sweatshirt, that things and people sometimes got broken there, and I wanted to understand how it felt to break a law. So while all my friends got lost in underage drinking and soft drugs, I let myself explore my softest edges while defying instead a law more alluring, a little more dangerous. I toyed with the law of motion. An object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. An object at rest stays at rest unless acted upon by an outside force. So I instead began letting my inner forces move me even while I rested. And when I was 18, I thought everything I wrote down was still for the best. And I maybe even still believed that there was no stupid questions, but that was back before I ever even had to ask, do you really think they still love me? Stupid fucking questions. When you're 18, you usually haven't been to too many funerals yet, and your friends come home from doctor's visits, high-fiving their infertility, saying, now I don't have to worry about latex, and all the insults and the wounds don't burn if you got a good comeback, and the leaving don't matter if you promise to come back, and you can always go blonde like it's a place on the map, and there's more time looking ahead than there is looking back. So you let him take you out back and say to you, this is how your ribcage has spaces just like the ones between your fingers. Let me finger paint the breath that never leaves you, always lingers. Let me put bullets in your skin like birthmarks, and when you're old enough to choose, you can have them removed if you still haven't learned by then what it is like to live with yourself. If you're ever 18 and bored enough to want to shatter a law like me, please do me a favor and break the law of attraction. Don't let like attract like and create just another distraction. Break laws of physics in addition. When he puts you in that position, tell him to make love to your ambition. It'll have him going down like those interest rates never do on that college tuition. I learned the hard way to become a missionary for the teachings of the goddess in you before you ever let someone love you and missionary for a night instead. I dare you to try to write your soul scriptures in cursive and read them to the universe whenever you start to feel dead. I was barely breathing when I stumbled into the real world that was nothing like the one they promised on the MTV series. I was only just allowed to decide who I thought should rule our country when I haven't even decided yet what thoughts should rule me. I was barely legal when I let him take me out back and show me how there were spaces in my ribcage and they were exactly like the ones between my fingers, and I said, then you fucking hold me. Then you fucking fill them. Now I'm just warming up a little bit. This one's for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I don't really know if you want to take credit for being the one behind this poem, but... He cheated on me.
Wordz.
Say it.
With Mary Jane. In the beginning, he told me no. No, you're the only girl in my life, but she was there, always there, eternally slipping between the joint sheets while my joints cracked in the cold shadow of her. In every threesome, there was always the one who gets the more attention. It was never a question. She took precedence. You'd press her to her lips and suck her heat until she was so hot. Then you would keep her inside of you, grind her, until it was my turn. I didn't need to stalk your Facebook page or go through your phone to get the cold, hard facts that she was always calling, bagged up like a million dead girls, slipping through the fingers of low men trying. I don't know why you and your friends like her so much. She really gets around, and all this talk about rolling her up has me wondering if her confidence ever cries because she's just ashes and money to the guys who taste her. I sucked my morals down sometimes and kissed her for you. She was always so green with envy of us. Someone should have told you that intoxication within the first 9 months of the creation of something could kill it. The chick always had it out for us. She sent us a train wreck on my birthday, and now you don't want to marry me, but you want her marijuana. You were with her the day I left you, the night after, every day since I left. You have been Spider-Man, kissing your Mary Jane upside down in the rain, driving me insane, and I have been a white widow, dangerously left and divine, and arguably the most powerful in the world without you. You liked the kiss of the Kush more than me and would get lost in her abyss. You think you've got a faithful lover in Mary Jane? I've still been sleeping with your cannabis. Okay, and I'm just gonna finish this up. This is my classic "Go Fuck Yourself" poem. This is, if you haven't heard it, it's solo. I asked him the other day what it is about me that makes me so damn beautiful, and he said, "Baby, it's the gentle curve of your breasts, the way you arch your spine when we make love, or how your eyes are green emeralds that pierce right through me. Except, I'm a poet, so I maybe embellished a bit. Because here I go again, making excuses for yet another man whose actual word choice went a little something like, baby, you got a nice rack, and I like the way you fuck me on top. It's just like an independent woman to never let a man do all the work, and oh, I like all my bitches to have green eyes. Oh. I guess you could say I'm 20 years young and still holding out for a man who wants to feel more than my tongue, and don't tell me that you're not into titles, because titles happen to be my favorite fucking thing, considering I've got shelves and shelves of them, and you were all too proud to flaunt your lipstick around, but that's right. I'm just your on-the-side baby doll. You're get it how and when you needed Barbie doll. You're a lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets know-it-all, and when I asked you what makes me beautiful, I was hoping you wouldn't blow it all and throw it all away. I wanted to hear that you appreciate the way I burn everything I try to cook, and I can't keep a damn plant alive, but I cry for them when they're gone because I've named them like children. I want to know that you know that I can't decide on a hair color, and I'm nothing like my mother, and I really believe I could walk through the mirrors in my apartment sometimes. I want to know that you appreciate the way my little voice sounds when I'm singing in the shower. But that's right. You have no goddamn interest on what it sounds like when I'm singing in the shower, because you're all too focused on what it sounds like when you're making me moan in the shower, and God forbid you spend the fucking night, because that would be the end of your life, you commitment-ophobe. And my friends all tell me that I could do better. That I deserve a man who sees me as special and more beautiful than a Vogue cover could ever do justice to. But I'm still young. So I'm just learning that it is better to ride solo than to let a man make you feel so low that you lose yourself. So I refuse to be the girl anymore of deleted emails, photos, and social networking faux pas, like you didn't try to kiss me in the back of your car. And don't try to play it off with that bullshit like, I don't want everyone to know all my business. Then why is your Facebook status what the fuck you had for breakfast? And while all you little boys sit around playing fuck, marry, or kill, you can each charge me with a death sentence separately for not giving you a part of me, and you can tuck your egos aside and try to hide the fact that we played this game too. Fuck, marry, or kill. You chose to try to fuck. No such fucking luck. I asked him the other day, what it is about me that makes me so damn beautiful, and I don't know what you guys feel about me. But the prettiest thing I've done in a long time was leave.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much.
Allison Van